You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly pop and geek culture show covering movies, TV, games, and comics. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that has been on the air longer than the Stadia has existed, but to be fair, most things have. I'm Cody, Mighty Pirate.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Samantha.
We have a great show for you this week, a bunch of news to go over, but first let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
Check it out!
And I'm guessing by the Mighty Pirate, you have a Monkey Island to talk about?
Yeah. I've finished it.
Oh, wow, okay.
It came out on a day of the year.
Yeah.
On Talk Like on the 19th.
September 19th.
Yeah, it came out on Talk Like a Pirate Day. It took me about 3 or 4 days of playing it, more or less not nonstop. I savored it a bit, but also it was like a brain worm. Like, I gotta finish this thing. I gotta know the ending.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Better than I thought it would be, even. I figured it would be... I haven't explained what it is. I should probably do that.
Yeah, you probably should do that, yeah.
It's Monkey Island. Return to Monkey Island is the latest in the Monkey Island series of point-and-click adventure games that goes back to the early 90s. Mm-hmm. This is the first one that they've made in, I don't know, like, several... Since, I think... When was Tales? Like 2012?
It's been a while.
Yeah,
and this is the first one that the main original creator was involved with for like 20 some odd years,
since
right?
the second one.
Yeah.
And there's like 6. So so this was a return to form for the series. Mm-hmm. Puzzles
return to monkey form.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just so good. I mean, I don't want to spoil any of it. I think that everyone should play it, but not till they've played at least the first 2.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because you've got to have some sort of history with the franchise to appreciate this one, I think, unfortunately. They do give like a little Guybrush's scrapbook at the beginning that fills you in on like what happened, but it's really about appreciating the story and trying to relive those stories. That's a major like point of the story they're trying to tell.
Okay.
It's not just all nostalgia. If they're actually trying to say something about, I don't know, aging and trying to relive your past.
Oh,
and
wow.
how it's not always going to be like it was.
So maybe it's aiming at all the nostalgia, whatnot that's been going on the last few years in pop culture.
I mean, it still revels in its nostalgia, but it does it with a point.
That's good. That makes sense.
And the ending is so good. It's so perfect and so good. And I don't want to spoil it, but you can kind of, based on what you do in the last couple minutes of the game, you can kind of shape it what kind of ending you want out of it.
Gotcha. I see. Okay.
Which, with what it's all about Guybrush finding what the secret of Monkey Island is before his arch nemesis, the ghost demon pirate LeChuck, can. Mm-hmm. And Ron Gilbert's kind of built around this, what the big secret of Monkey Island for a long time, and that he's going to reveal what it is. But it's at a point where, like, as soon as you learn it, it's not going to be as exciting as what you imagine it to be.
It's not what you're building it up to be in your mind. Yeah, sure.
So to have that kind of like a little bit of control over what your ending is very interesting and very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a point where it's leading one way and you can go back through an area to just outright reject that.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's hard to get into without spoilers, and I would love to talk to someone about it that has seen it.
But I'm pretty sure you're probably the only person on the planet who's bought it.
No, people love this game.
Yeah, it's sold. I believe it sold very well. I don't know what else to say. It's as funny and witty and well written as you would expect a Monkey Island game to be, and I think the added like introspection and just it having a message to it in the end kind of elevates it to a whole nother level.
Oh, cool. Well, all right.
It's so good. It's so good.
Well, good. I'm glad. I know this is one that you've been looking forward to for a really long time. So
I knew I would like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went in there knowing that like it's gonna be a Monkey Island game, so it's at least gonna be funny, and I'm gonna have a good time, and there's gonna be good adventure game puzzles. But it was more than I was expecting.
Oh, that's awesome.
In a good way.
Good. Well, cool. Well, so for my week, I the big one I picked up Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
And started playing that and was immediately reminded why I bounced off of Splatoon 2 so hard and why I bounced off Splatoon 1 so hard. These games are not for me. They are. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm determined to get some sort of fun out of it. And there's a lot of fun to be had, but Splatoon is a third-person team-based shooter game where there's a first-person mode, there's a one-player mode and stuff like that I haven't touched that I want to.
Oh, just play the one-player mode if you don't like the multiplayer, because it's very good.
Yeah, and I've been kind of saving that for when I have some time to sit down and do it. But like the multiplayer mode, they're like 2.5 minute matches, and the whole goal is that you have spray guns full of paint, and you're trying to paint the most area of the map in your team's color. And you can get into, knocking other players out and sending them back to their home base.
If you're playing the game in the most basic mode, too, in Turf War.
Yeah. And third-person shooters are not my style of game. I'm not especially good at them. I don't have the time or energy at this point in my life to devote to getting better at it at a reasonable amount of time. I am having fun with it. It's just, I have not won a single match yet. And I've played maybe 20 or 30 matches already. Not a single one I've won.
In the grand scheme of things, that's not that many.
It's not,
and
but...
I've been finding myself getting my butt kicked all over the place a lot, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I have won 2.
Yeah.
2 matches.
I'm not expecting to go out there and be a super champion at this game. And a lot of it has to do with it's not different enough from Splatoon 2 that the players that are hyper excellent good at Splatoon 2 will have to relearn anything. They're coming into this game already killers, basically,
Yeah.
The first, I didn't get it the same day it came out, but I got it within a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And the first couple days playing it, I was doing really well.
Yeah.
And then since then, I've done increasingly worse.
Really?
So there is something to people getting better at it over time, and I've not, because I've done other things than Splatoon.
Sure, yeah. The gulf between people who this is what they do all the time and people who have other things to do in their lives, it becomes wider and wider and much more apparent.
I held it together for an entire match without dying.
Wow.
Once, early on when I first got it, but I've never repeated anywhere near that performance.
I am regularly the one that gets splatted the most.
Oh yeah, I get that badge a lot.
I am regularly the
most targeted.
the lowest one on my team. So not only at the end of the match does it show you who won and who lost, it shows you who did the best and worst on each team. And I'm regularly the worst person on the worst team.
I'm regularly at the top of my team, but still lose. So
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. And I'm trying with this one a little more than I tried with Splatoon 1 and 2. I bounced off of those first two very, very quickly, and maybe didn't give it quite as fair a shake as I should have. But I've really been fighting the urge to go, nah, I'm good.
It sounds like with Splatoon 2, you got so mad you immediately took it back to the store.
Yeah,
that sounds
I did.
like the situation. Yeah.
Within a week. Yeah. Yes.
I'm really mad at myself because I spent one of my golden tickets on a really far end-game gun, and I hate it.
Oh.
It's a burst gun, and I hate it.
Oh, yeah, those are not
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went back and I bought one of the cheapy dual.
The dualies.
Yeah.
Dualies are good.
Yeah, dualie's great.
I like those.
I had a lot of good success with the dualie. I don't think I like the crab tank. It doesn't seem like it does much. Or at least for me anyway. The stupid crab tank special.
Oh yeah.
I like the stamper, and the little whale that you ride on that then like skids out and explodes. That's a good one. The arrow spray is a good all around.
It always
gun to
was.
use.
It was one of the best. It was one of the best in Splatoon 2.
It still is.
I use the paint roller because you know what? While the rest of the team is doing their thing, I'll paint the base and I'll just roll around and try to put down as much paint as I can because I'm not going to take people out.
I get stomped by rollers a lot. Rollers or brushes.
Yeah.
I do like the brushes. I mained an Octo brush for a while in Splatoon 2.
Yeah, I just end of the day, I'm trying to have fun with it, and it's okay. I'm just fighting that urge to go, I'm putting this away forever. And if I know if I quit playing it soon, the gap between good players and me will become so wide that it will be insurmountable.
There'll always be children.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's popular with the kids.
And the kids are the ones that beat me too.
But the colors are so garish.
Yeah, the single player is really fun though.
I'm about 4 or 5 missions into the single player.
It doesn't feel all that long, and it lets you skip a surprising number of the levels if you don't particularly want to do them.
Huh.
But the end boss is very good.
Oh, cool.
And
yeah,
funny,
I've been meaning to sit down and actually put some time into that, and maybe by playing the single player, maybe some of those skills will transfer over into the multiplayer mode. I don't know.
Yeah, that all the single player is really at this point is a big tutorial for all the special moves and all the guns and stuff. I think it feels that way more with this version of the game than it did the others.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, I think of the single players in the 3 games, this one is the worst, but it's still not bad.
It's not bad. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah.
I mean, one thing I do love about it, and it was the same in Splatoon 2, the artwork that people make.
Oh, those are cool.
Is amazing.
The whole community aspect to the game is pretty fun and good.
Yeah.
I have seen 2 separate King of the Hill Splatoon references.
It's all the good parts of Miiverse without all the bad parts of Miiverse.
Yep, absolutely.
I saw this one wild piece of art where, because the first Splatfest... Here's another thing. The other 2 games had 2 hosts for the show or whatever.
They do a news piece
the news bit
that tells you what levels are in rotation and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. This one has 3 hosts.
Big Man's the best.
Yeah, Big Man, the Big Stingray, who doesn't really say things other than AAA, and then they translate what he says. Mm-hmm. And then there's a little...
Gremlin.
A little Octoling girl, and then a little Squid girl. I still haven't remembered their names.
Oh, Shiver and Fry.
Yeah. So anyway, but I was Team Gear in the first Splatfest because it was gear. It was what would you want to take on a deserted island or whatever. So it was gear, food, or fun. I chose gear.
You chose correctly, apparently.
Did they win?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been on since the Splatfest. But somebody made an amazing piece of art for Team Gear, and it was just Metal Gear art.
Oh, that's cool.
Like with the hard lines and the shadows and.
Mm-hmm. Did you pick a squid or an octopus?
Octopus.
Octoling.
The best one.
That makes you the odd squid out. Samantha is the odd squid out.
I mean, to be fair, the squid is the original.
Yeah.
And in Splatoon 2, you had to do a whole quest line to even unlock the Octoling.
Yeah.
Which was very good, though. I liked the Octo.
Oh, the Octo expansion was great.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping there's going to be a expansion single-player mode for.
Yeah, they already said that there's going to be paid DLC down the line.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is good because Pearl and Marina aren't in the single player at all.
Not at all.
They do not show up.
And they
weird,
need to.
Because Callie and Marie do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh, one thing I did like, when I scanned in my Splatoon amiibos, it gave me everything instead of having to come back every day and rescanned my amiibos.
Mine didn't do that.
Mine did. Mine gave me all 3 pieces every time I scanned. Gave me the head, body, and shoes.
Huh.
Oh, there you go. Another game I've been playing. This is kind of almost the exact opposite of Splatoon. I picked up on sale for $1.99 on the eShop a game called Goblin Sword.
Hey, Goblin Sword's pretty good.
It's great. It's great. I 100%ed that game. I unlocked everything. It's just a simple platformer.
Yeah, it was originally a mobile game.
It was a mobile game, yeah. And when it came to Switch, they added an extra level and a handful of other weapons and stuff like that. And it's just a fun time killer. It's like you run through. It's a medieval setting, and you run through a number of levels. And each level have different collectibles to pick up, 2 chests and 3 other collectibles that you can get every time. And they unlock. That's how you unlock weapons. That's how you unlock everything else. There's almost no story to it, but there's like 89 levels.
Oh,
and it's
got good pixel art.
It's good. It's not outstanding pixel art, but it's pretty good.
It's no Shovel Knight.
No, it's no Shovel Knight.
It's no Shovel Knight, but it's not Stardew Valley.
It's not. Yeah, it's more than Stardew Valley, and I mean, some of the enemies do have kind of impressive animations. Some of them do look pretty fluid and pretty nice. The main character is ugly as sin, but
he's a little goblin.
The goblin. He's the Goblin Knight.
Yeah, but it's overall it's a fun game that you can pick up for less than, I think the regular price is $2.49. So for less than a cup of coffee, you can get a pretty fun platformer.
Speaking of Shovel Knight, there is a new Shovel Knight game.
Shovel Knight Dig,
and it's very good.
I've been wanting to pick it up.
I have Apple Arcade, so I've been playing it on my phone.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a roguelike version of Shovel Knight, and also closer to like
Dig Dug.
Well, if you had told me that there was a game called Shovel Knight, I would have guessed it would have been more like this version of Shovel Knight than the actual Shovel Knight.
A lot more digging.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the Metroidvania like era of the others.
It's not really a Metroidvania.
I wouldn't say Metroidvania.
It's pretty linear.
Yeah.
So like Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mega Man like. Yeah.
Mega Man with a shovel.
But this is like a roguelike version where you go down in a hole, and when you die going down the hole, you got to start back over at the top of the hole again.
And everything's randomized.
Yeah. And you find new items and equipment along the way that you get to... Sometimes you get to keep, sometimes you don't.
Yep, some are permanent, some are temporary for that run.
And when you're above ground, you can buy new items with the money you found underground. Some of which are permanent, some of which just unlock new things to show up in the hole.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I watched someone play it online for a good bit, and yeah, probably next paycheck I'll probably pick it up. It's not super.
I mean, it's Shovel Knight.
It's like $25.
Yeah.
Did that Shovel Knight fighting game ever come out?
Yeah. It's part of the regular Shovel Knight package.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's part of the treasure trove, and that game is fun as well.
Oh, that means I have it.
Yeah,
I was surprised how close Dig is to regular Shovel Knight. I was expecting it to be more different, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it's so similar to the original.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it looks like it's people are having fun with it, and it looks interesting.
It looks better than that puzzle game they did that I have no interest in.
Same here. Yeah, but hey, they're trying. Yacht Club. They're
good
trying
stuff. They do good stuff.
Yeah, and this was a co-developed by another
Nitrome,
yes,
who made a lot of really good web games back in the day. I'm excited for their, what was it, Mina the
Hollower.
The Hollower. Yeah, that looks very good.
Yep, I have that kickstarted, so it's eventually it'll show up. And
I hope.
Be fun.
I hope you don't get Mighty Number 9.
I won't. It's Yacht Club. They do quality work.
They already had enough done in that demo that it's already better than Mighty Number 9.
Oh yeah. With the pizza explosions.
Yeah.
We watched the Netflix Bee and Puppycat.
Oh yeah, how was that?
We've watched about half probably.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like that they brought back all the voice actors from the YouTube series.
Oh, good.
So
they redid
a little bit
lot
of the
first YouTube
three
series.
yeah.
The first three sort of almost recap the YouTube series.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you watched the whole YouTube series before, you probably have a little bit better context because they kind of speed run a lot of that stuff in the first 3 episodes.
It's also not incredibly complicated of a concept.
I know. I know.
So what is the concept of it, I guess?
So the concept of Bee and Puppycat is you have this woman named Bee who has trouble holding down jobs. And after she gets fired from her fancy cat cafe job, she is walking home and a creature in pink light falls out of the sky and hits her. And this is Puppycat, a alien being.
Who's not quite a puppy and
not quite a cat. And speaks in squeaks.
He speaks in
Vocaloid
Hatsune Miku sounds.
Yeah.
But also the series kind of expands on their relationship and how they used to know well, not that Bee really remembers, but Puppycat was there.
There's a whole lot of Bee backstory that I never got far enough in it to know, and I was kind of like, whoa, I didn't know that.
There's some stuff.
Yeah.
I rewatched the YouTube series a little while back. Well, when the announcement for the series came out, I wanted to get caught up, and there's some pretty interesting stuff going on in there. It's done by Natasha Allegri, who was a big part of Adventure Time.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could definitely see
that in the art.
See that in the art and the lore, the kind of the story building, that sort of thing.
I just love that the original voice actor for Sailor Moon has a prominent role in this show.
Oh yeah.
Her voice is so funny. Mm-hmm. Every time she's like yelling and stuff, it just instantly gets me.
Who is she in Bee and Puppycat?
Toast.
The wrestler?
Yeah.
Or boxer lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Serena Sailor Moon.
That's the Deke Sailor Moon?
Nice.
Oh, man.
Is her last name in the Deke version just Tsukino, like in the...
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Serena Tsukino. Yeah.
But no, I've been liking Bee and Puppycat. We watched the whole thing. I don't know if there's more or not, or if there's going to be more. I hope there's more.
Probably. Well, it's Netflix animation, so who knows?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Who knows? Oh, speaking of things that we watched, this is something that we all watched.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I've hacked all the government networks.
You've hacked all the government networks. Well, I found a magic rock that lets me to teleport through walls. That's right. We watched Fateful Fightings.
The Neil Breen...
Opus?
I want to say masterpiece.
Masterpiece? I think we could say masterpiece.
No,
Poop Fest.
It's literally the worst movie I've ever seen.
It was pretty rough. Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of bad movies. I think this was up there.
It's worse than The Room. It's worse than The Room.
Yeah,
the Room you can follow from scene to scene and understand what's happening.
Yeah.
There's cohesion in The Room.
The reason, in The Room, things make sense in the logic of The Room, I guess.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, the movie has an internal logic, whereas Fateful Fightings has no internal logic.
It only makes sense to Neil Breen.
And even then, I'm not quite sure.
Who struggles to act like a normal human being.
No more books. No more books.
Has to use at least 3 laptops at once.
All the time, because he's writing a novel, but also secretly hacking the government.
He's Lucy from the film.
That's
Lucy.
it. Yes. Has trouble drinking coffee, though. Yeah. Keeps passing out on his desk and then dumping his coffee cup on himself.
What is this movie about? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Something about a magic rock and getting hit by a car in a hilarious scene.
Yeah, a magical day happens?
A magical day. It's a magical day. And
childhood friends are fated to meet once again for reasons?
Which,
even though he looks like
friends
30 years older than her?
That have taken both 10 and 40 years to meet each other again.
Every woman wears a tank top.
Yeah.
Of different colors.
Yeah.
And no bra.
Yeah.
No bras. That's right. Yeah.
Wasn't in the budget.
Yeah.
The fact that my wife and your girlfriend were chanting butt in the hospital scene.
Oh, because we get copious.
You were
Yeah.
butt too.
Copious Neil Breen butt. Yes.
Neil Breen Hine.
Yeah.
Hind Breen?
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe the film. It's
so
nonsensical.
bad.
Nonsensical.
Like, it's so bad. Neil Breen movies are so awful that YouTubers have made almost entire careers off riffing off these stupid movies.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't watch it by yourself.
Oh
No, you
God.
can't. You cannot enjoy this by yourself. It is a group setting
Had
style.
we not riffed it all the way through, I could not have done it.
No, same.
It was... I would say it was a bad drug trip, but I think drugs would have made it better.
Would you have gotten those out of the toilet?
Yeah, that's the
I know, right?
But
toilet
speaking
pills.
of riffing, we did play the RiffTrax
We did,
game
yeah. That was pretty fun
afterwards.
too. Yeah.
And yeah, I was surprised. Well, I wasn't totally surprised at how good it was. I figured
Yeah.
it'd be pretty good, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's your typical like Jackbox style game, but you write riffs to clips from like actual bad movies that RiffTrax have done before, and it really works. Like,
Yeah, and then it gets played out over on television or whatever.
yeah, and text to speech reads what you wrote, which adds a lot.
It does. Yes. This weird British
Yeah.
kind of voice.
Like,
Oh,
it's
is it like the same text to speech voice from those like YouTube videos and stuff?
No, it's not
Not-
bad. It's
not
like
quite
the
like
text to
that.
speech that's like good enough.
Yeah.
You
Good
know?
enough. That's a good way of putting it.
It's not a It's not a total robot, but it's close.
Close. Yeah. And it makes it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It was enjoyable. And it's very quick to play.
Yeah, you can do a whole game in like
10 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the ability to put sound effects in.
Oh, that was very good.
That's
Yeah.
an added layer that I wasn't
There were at least
expecting.
a few wins that we all got that were just sound effect.
Yeah, I'll let you guess which one.
Yeah.
Dear listener.
I never used the fart sound.
You didn't. You're a better person than all of us.
This made the cat explode for no reason.
All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here. And when we come back, we'll get into some news.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Dunham, the host of Long Play. Long Play might be, as far as anyone can tell, a hit from coast to coast. Apparently, Long Play may also be an international sensation. I've contacted WZMO's sister station in Paris to check the pulse of the City of Lights. Bonjour! Avec Long Play?
Tu vas, tu es, espèce d'idiot, c'est incroyable.
My French is a little rusty, but I think she said we're a hit.
Imbécile.
I invite you to tune into Long Play Fridays at 11 p.m. and Saturdays at 3 p.m. Juste ici on WZMO.
This is Gail Martin.
Hi, this is Carol Kelly. We'd like to invite you to join us for our gardening and outdoors show here on WZMO. We talk about observations and insights about what's happening from week to week with plants and animals in the woods and fields around us, as well as what's going on in the garden.
In the Green Outdoors airs Saturdays and Mondays at about 9:30 a.m. right after the second cup. We hope you'll join us.
We're back from the break. Let's go ahead and get into some news.
It'd be funny to get like a longer version of that just keeps going.
That just goes forever. Yeah.
Loop it.
Just loop it for 30 minutes underneath everything. It's the entire second half of the show is just the news song.
That sounds like an April Fool's prank.
That'd be great. So yeah, we have some stuff. We mentioned it at the top of the show, so we might as well talk about it. The Google Stadia is no longer.
Yeah, that Google streaming video game console.
Surprising no one.
Yes.
Not true. I was surprised they didn't end it sooner.
Yeah, it was.
I'm surprised people bought it.
Yeah, so the Stadia was Google's answer to home video game consoles, and their whole deal
I
was
guess.
you're streaming. You don't own any physical media. You are streaming all of your games off of a server somewhere out in the ether.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if your computer like has a honking big graphics card in it because it's just streaming video.
Yeah.
But that comes with its own list of issues.
If you don't have a strong or stable internet connection that has to be on at all times, you won't be able to play games.
What?
You were going to say something.
Oh, I'm just gonna complain about the internet in America.
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
You're right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I tell you,
We don't have the infrastructure that other countries have.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I did see that Frontier is now offering fiber, and I hate Frontier.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
Yeah, like I want those fat pipes.
right.
And it's cheaper, and also Spectrum isn't a walk in the woods
Isn't
either.
exactly the best.
I got a text the other day that my internet was down to 11 a.m.
Huh. I wonder if that's why I had to reboot our router the other day. This is very local focused
This is, no,
content.
that's fine. We can do some local con. That's fine.
I didn't get any texts.
That's true.
Yeah. But so the Stadia is no longer, and it was a weird experiment that they tried, and it just never quite worked out.
I feel like that's Google's
Yep.
thing.
That's their whole thing.
Every time they try something new, it doesn't happen. Like what was that social media they had?
I was surprised I couldn't
Hang out.
get Stadia to work on my Google Glass.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, the Google Glass, or their AI or AR heads-up glasses.
I saw where someone made like a website counter where they predicted when it was going to end.
Oh really?
When will the Stadia
because-
die?
Basically, because all of Google's products have a lifespan about 4 years.
Oh, interesting.
And I think it was off about by 13 hours.
Really? Wow.
Has it really been that
Wow.
long since the Stadia came out?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I thought it was only maybe about 2 or 3 years old.
Keep in mind, pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. Yeah,
True.
time doesn't matter in the pandemic.
That's true.
It did have the advantage of being one of the better places you could play Cyberpunk when it came out.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I just remember Gene Park from I think it's the Washington Post did a whole thing where he was playing, was it an Assassin's Creed game, and he would press the jump button, and it was literally 3 to 5 seconds of lag time before
Like the delay was so bad.
The delay of the internet was so bad. And can you imagine trying to play something like a fighting game or something where you have to be
A shooter?
super reactive and having 3 to 5 seconds of lag time between each input?
Yeah.
It wouldn't work.
I think streaming gaming is a brilliant idea. We're
not
just
there
not
yet.
there yet.
We're not there
Yeah.
yet. Japan can do that kind of thing because their internet infrastructure is, I mean, well, one, the country's much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say their entire country is the size of California.
Yeah, and two, their internet infrastructure is so much better than ours.
They just need to make the internet a public utility because
Well,
that's what it is.
That's what it is, but yeah.
I'm getting too political for the show.
But you're not wrong.
Yeah, and they didn't let any developers who are currently working on Stadia-related projects know until it was announced today.
Yeah, that
So
sucks.
that kind of stinks. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Everyone knew, like, oh, by the way, oh, hey, I'm reading this meme on BuzzFeed. Oh, I don't have a job anymore.
Yeah. Well, chances are a lot of them are going to be shipped over to different departments
In Google.
Google. They're not going to just flat get rid of. I mean, some people.
I mean,
leave,
Google's one of the biggest tech companies in the world. I mean, I'm sure there's something they can do.
but, yeah. The one good thing that's come out of this, Google has said that they are going to refund every game that was bought using the Stadia.
Which that surprises me.
That's very surprising.
That's incredibly generous. They did not have to do that.
No, they absolutely did not have to do that.
That's like saying like Nokia was gonna like give everybody refunds on
the N-Gage.
on the N-Gage.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing was garbage.
Yeah, you think Valve's gonna do that if they ever have to shut down Steam? No.
Never. Not in a
Steam will
million
never
years.
shut
Yeah, they'll
down.
never. Yeah, for one, Steam is gonna be around forever.
Like there'll be hamsters on wheels generating power, so Steam can keep going.
Yeah, if Steam has ceased to exist, something worse has happened in society as a whole.
Yes.
As you're sitting there eating your radioactive rat
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
Mad Max or Fallout-esque
Yeah.
shelter.
You'll be able to play your Steam library in the Vault Tech vault
From your Pip-Boy.
from your Pip-Boy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of,
But you can only play Fallout 76.
oh no, that's a fate
You
worse than death.
went into the worst vault. That's the experiment of that one. Vault 666.
But speaking of apocalyptic style situations, there's a new trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's next film, Knock at the Cabin.
Yep, starring Dave Bautista and Rupert Grint from Harry Potter fame,
Yeah.
and some other people I don't recognize.
And that movie about that fart machine or something.
Oh yeah, the kid that Thunder something.
Yeah, he was in some sort of children's fart movie.
Yeah, there was a movie. It was before Harry Potter, where it was about a child who couldn't stop flatulating, and then then Rupert Grint, as child scientist, used the kid's flatulence to propel a rocket ship to the moon. Thunderpants.
Yes, it's Thunderman.
Thunderpants.
Yeah.
Yes. It's terrible.
I mean, clearly.
It's really bad. But we're not talking about Thunderpants. We're talking about Knock at the Cabin.
Do you think it'll be better than Thunderpants?
Well, M. Night Shyamalan's his track record is not spotless.
He does do a good one every once in a while.
Every once in a while, he'll do a good one, and then he'll do one.
And then he'll do 6 bad ones.
He'll do one where you go to the beach. What make you old?
Yeah.
I like Devil,
Or Lady in the Water.
which was a story he wrote for his children.
Oh yeah,
I like The Village.
Split was good.
Split was good.
I mean, Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
Glass wasn't as good. I didn't think.
I haven't seen all of M. Night's movies, honestly. Like, there was a dry spell. Like, after The Happening happened,
After that happened.
I was like, ugh. I was like totally like just shut off
Rocky
from
Mark. I think the trees are trying to kill us.
John Leguizamo. his first rated R film, and it was garbage. I don't know. Like, it's a somewhat horror movie with a cabin in the woods. It's been done 1,000
Yeah, I was
times.
gonna say, that's never been done before.
Though
Yeah.
the way like Batista talks in the trailer about like him and his cohorts or whatever being called to like save the world or whatever, it kind of reminded me of this movie that I saw that had, I think maybe Matthew McConaughey in it, where
All right.
where he grew up with his dad hunting demons. Oh God, what was it called? Fidelity, maybe? I don't remember now.
I'm not sure. I got some very light 12 Monkeys vibes off of it. Not the futuristic weirdo stuff from 12 Monkeys, but the people in the present day who are being told, whether it's through actual messages from the future or psychotic break.
Frailty. That's
Frailty,
the movie I'm thinking
yeah.
of. Frailty.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I'm sure there's going to be a third act twist, because there has to be. I mean, every one of his movies has a third act twist.
What a twist.
Even The Last Airbender, the third act twist was it was a bad movie.
The twist was you just had to watch all that.
Uh-huh.
Such a bad movie.
Oh, speaking of which, the new Avatar show.
Yeah. The Netflix live action Avatar has a cast list, and it actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And they actually look like they're trying to pay homage to the cultures that spawned the different nations,
Yeah.
or reference in the different nations in the show. So maybe it'll be good.
Maybe it'll be good. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know, right?
Other trailers.
Speaking of apocalypses, there
Yes.
was a trailer for The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
that too.
HBO's live action Last of Us series.
It looks like how you would expect that to look.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, I have no real complaints
yeah.
other than it's The Last of Us. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's got your boy Pedro in it.
it does. He's like, he is a good pick for Joel. I think he has the same vibe. The same daddy vibe.
That's exactly what I was going to say, but I didn't know if it was allowed.
I knew that's what you were thinking. I can tell by the look on your face.
I feel like he's getting typecast as strong single dads.
Yeah. The thing is, it's just going to be the same story as the first game, right?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Play the game.
Yeah, the game is
At least
itself almost a full narrative.
As bad as I have read about the Halo series, at least the Halo series did something a little different.
It wasn't good, but it was different.
Yeah.
And then after that, then they've got the second one that has an awful story that doesn't say or do anything. I hate not liking the story in that game because it gets you lumped in with the specific group of people who don't like it for the wrong reasons.
Sure. Yep, I understand. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's not the reason I don't like it. I don't like it because it was an unfulfilling story that didn't say or do anything for the 8 hours of game that I had to play to see it.
Yeah.
So okay, well, here's what he can do. He can put, Ellie into a pod and then fly around the galaxy.
Exactly.
That's it. Why not?
This is the way.
And you already know the big moment at the end because that's in the game.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to reach an audience outside of video game players.
Yeah.
But the people that are going to watch this show are people who have played the game.
Or people who don't have PlayStations.
Well, that too. So last movie trailer we watched was for the Hellraiser Hulu.
Hellraiser,
yes.
On Hulu.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a Hellraiser.
It does.
I haven't watched one in so long.
I mean, I miss that it doesn't look as silly as the original, but the original really wasn't supposed to look silly. So.
No, it was supposed to be creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy and gross.
Uh-huh. And it just looks goofy.
Yeah, and I love that about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cheesiness of it.
Yeah, and we don't have that here, but that's not really the point, so I probably shouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Also, what's up with the puzzle box being it looks like the puzzle box, but then they turn it on.
Long box?
Yeah.
I think there's multiple boxes in this. Surprise. They've added more boxes.
They've added more boxes. It's a J.J. Abrams production.
Brought to you by Jeff Bezos.
There's so many surprise boxes in this.
One aspect I thought was kind of interesting, how Pinhead has both a masculine and a feminine voice, talking at the same time.
Yeah, that was cool. I think that's a cool choice.
Making Pinhead more androgynous or non-binary, I guess.
Yeah, ambiguous.
Ambiguous, yes.
And that's how the character was originally envisioned.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a pain monster.
I just miss the Cenobite with the cool sunglasses, or like you said, the one that shoots CDs.
The one that shot CDs out his mouth,
That was Hellraiser 3.
That's Hellworld.
Hellworld.
Yeah, it's the one where they're in the cyberspace.
The first one did have sunglasses, man, though, because that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah.
I remember. It might be the third one. I don't remember where the girl becomes a Cenobite at the end or whatever.
That's the second or maybe fourth one. I don't think it's the third one.
I remember she had a douchey boyfriend or whatever who got cut into weird slivers.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was really gross.
Or that one Rupert Grint was in called Fart Raiser.
There we go.
Bringing it around.
He has such smells to show you.
Speaking of bringing it around, we got a new Diglett. New Diglett dropped.
Yeah, for the next Pokemon game.
Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is going to have a variant of Diglett.
Named Wiglett.
Who looks like a goose.
Looks long.
He's a big white worm what come out of the ground.
Uh-huh.
On beaches.
Yeah, they're like, how can we make Diglett look more like the thing everyone jokes that he looks like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did it, and they made him like a pale white worm.
Yeah, I've seen a lot
What if it's gonna be like a razor clam? where they have that long body that comes out of.
That's
the
what it
shell.
was based on a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, because that fits the location.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do art online of mashup of it and that one from Monster Hunter, the kazoo.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
it's the same thing.
I don't know what I don't play Monster Hunter.
This is a big.
It's a big white
Pale
worm
white
looking
worm.
looking guy. Yeah.
I don't want to. I made it sound like I don't like Wiglett. I like.
I like
it's
the
fun.
design. No, it's a fun
Yeah.
design. It's just weird looking.
Yeah, I like any Pokemon that is like just wildly weird.
Can you imagine what are they going to call it? Wig Trio.
I didn't.
This is it's a Diglett that evolves into a Wiglet. It gets a new evolution.
Oh, so instead of
Diverging evolution.
so instead of joining its friends, it just gets
It gets long.
long.
Can we get a combination of it with a low-end Diglett so it
With the
has
hat
beautiful
hair.
beautiful hair?
Oh, yeah.
Surfer hair.
Yeah. I was hoping that it would be like 5 Diglets underground, like a big hand reaching up.
Or just like a Rat King of
Yeah, like a
tangled,
red-
of tangled
rat-
Wiglets.
Yeah.
I don't think they're fighting.
So a couple quick hits here. They're making a movie of the TV show Community,
Yeah.
fulfilling the prophecy of
It's
6
been-
seasons and a movie.
It's been what, like 6 years since the show ended?
Yeah, you would think those
When it
guys
wa-
have
when it was
graduated
on-
college by now.
Yeah, when it was on Yahoo's screen.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, when it got canceled and picked up by Yahoo Screen.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's too late. I mean, I liked
They're-
Community when it was
Yeah.
new, but like I don't feel any real attachment to it at this point.
Maybe Dan Harmon's trying to get out from under Rick and Morty to do something else briefly.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
he hasn't directed a movie, so that's kind of a new thing for him to do.
well,
I
I
guess.
did read that he is writing it. He is writing the movie.
So it doesn't take place during the gas leak.
Oh yeah, where everyone was breaking the fourth wall because Dan Harmon wasn't writing the show anymore, and then they brought him back for season 5.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's also a trailer, a super teaser for Deadpool 3, the first Deadpool movie in the MCU.
Yep. So it's Ryan Reynolds sitting on a couch talking to the audience about missing D23, the big Disney Expo thing that happened where they announced literally everything.
All the new corporate synergies.
Yeah, all the corporate synergies.
Yeah.
And he talks about, we're working on it. We're doing Deadpool 3. We're running out of ideas. And then he makes a joke and goes, "Hey, Hugh." And you see Hugh Jackman walking in the background. And it's like, you want to be Wolverine one more time? Yeah, sure, Ryan. So that's the big thing. Wolverine is going to be in Deadpool 3, and they announced the date, which is
It's sometime next year.
Yeah, probably so far away that it's not important right now.
Oh, they have nothing.
Yeah. I like the logo for the 3. It's
Was-
just the Wolverine scratches on
Across the Deadpool
logo.
symbol.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. People have been upset online because of this, saying, well, what does that mean for the movie Logan? That was supposed to be the big Wolverine swan song. And to that I say, who cares?
Yeah, time time is negligible in film. You can have it take place all kinds of different times and places.
especially since Logan takes place in the far future.
Yeah.
And also they introduced the multiverse. They could go wherever they want, do whatever they want. They made it very clear that the Professor X that was in Doctor Strange 2 was not the same Professor X that was in the original X-Men movies,
films.
despite being played by Patrick
Same
Stewart.
as-
So all they have to do is say, it's Hugh Jackman, but it's not. It's Wolverine. It's not that Wolverine. And also, who cares?
Yeah, or not that one yet, or something.
Or just not explain it.
I haven't seen Logan. I'm sure it's very, very
It's
good.
very good.
It is
It's very
But
good.
like in the end of the day, it is a comic book superhero movie. Like
Yeah.
that you can't. It's not going to tarnish its reputation because at the
Not
end
only
of
that,
the-
it was a rated R superhero movie.
at the end of the day, it is still a movie based on a yellow spandex man with claws.
Yeah.
Like it's not high art.
Oh, I know. And
who used to be a Hulk villain.
Yeah.
That's where he started.
Not to belittle comic book movies because I love them and most of them are very good, but like,
And it's all the media we ever get anymore.
yeah, you have to like them or else there's nothing for you to like.
Yeah.
Why does the mouse have to own everything?
I watched one of those Simpsons shorts that they make them do now the other day. It was the Disney Villains one. It was better than the other ones they've done, but that's not saying much.
That's not saying much.
But it's so much just like blatant, like unflinching corporate synergy mandate, like that it's gross.
Let's trot out the Simpsons.
Yeah, this is what they're good for now, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does it feel like maybe The Simpsons is kind of going the way of like the Looney Tunes?
You know, you're right.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that, but
they were a huge cultural part of our minds and our viewing habits. But now we're so far removed. Does it even matter?
Yeah, they're more valuable as symbols than they are
of mascots.
Yeah.
I
think you're onto something there.
Than actual media or art. Mm-hmm. Oh, I feel nauseous thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, though.
Yeah, you've kind of hit the nail on the head.
They did release a poster for the new Treehouse of Horror.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that looks like fun. They're
referencing Death Note, and then I saw in the comments where somebody said the other anime-looking picture is a reference to Attack on Titan, which I don't want that. I don't want Attack on Simpsons.
I don't watch new Simpsons, but I can be tricked into watching a Treehouse of Horror on occasion.
Oh, sure.
I'll probably watch this one. Why not?
I mean, the Treehouse of Horrors are always worth watching because they're always going to reference something that's going to be funny.
They did some anime stuff last year, I think too.
they did.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't think I watched it last year.
Anime's so mainstream now; it's crazy. It blows
really
my
is.
mind.
Yeah.
It's not stuff you have to rent on a VHS in a weird corner of Blockbuster.
It doesn't cost
anymore.
you $100 for 2 episodes of a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If only I
Go
could
to your Suncoast Video.
Yeah, if only I could reinvest all the money.
Sam Goody.
All the money I spent on anime VHSs when I was younger.
My box set of Folliculi that cost me hundreds of dollars and contains 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was buying a series, there were literally 2 episodes per VHS.
That's all you could fit.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah.
And then they're like, why give them more on DVD?
They're going to keep buying them.
Even though we could put like 6 of them on here.
You could put a whole series on a DVD.
Yeah.
And now they do.
All right,
or they just don't release them on physical media at all.
That's it.
Which is a whole nother can of worms.
Thing. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have time to get into that because we have to wrap up the show. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us at Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. That number is 586-372-8020. Leave us a message and we might play it on the show. Tell us about how you remember getting anime at Blockbuster.
Or Sam Goody.
Sam Goody, yeah. You can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Can you imagine how much an entire VHS set of Ranma 1/2 would cost?
God, that's millions.